percentage of a quantity to find something else. And we need to focus on reading the question. And what we see here in the question is quite clearly 8% of a certain number is 20. So we can cut out of a number and just do 8% is 20. Now when we write down 8% is 20, we can replace the word is by an equal sign. So we've now got 8% equals to 20, and we have to find the original number. Now, an original number in mathematics is always represented by 100%. Now, at this stage, I need you to pause the video. Oops! You paused the video and you're wondering why you paused the video. Okay, I'll say this again. At this stage, you need to think. And what I want you to tell me now, what's the number that goes in between the 8 and the 100%? Now pause the video and think. And the number that goes between 8% and 100% was 1. Well done for getting it right. So you put a 1 in between the original number you wrote down and the number you're looking for. How do we get from 8% to 1%? Is it division or multiplication? And pause and think now. Is it division or multiplication? Is it division or multiplication? And it is division. How do we get from 8 to 1? We divide by 8. Now, we want to build from 1 to 100. Is it multiplication or is it division? Is it multiplication or is it division? Pause the video and think. Is it multiplication or division? And it is multiplication, because when we multiply 1 by 100, we get 100. So it is multiplication. Now, you should know the system by now in mathematics. Whatever you do to one side, you must do to the other. So we are going to divide by 8. We are then going to multiply by 100. And either you do this in your head or you reach for a calculator. Either way, it is absolutely essential that you get this right. So either way, it's absolutely essential you get this right. Pause the video and work it out now, and then see what your answer is. And I make the answer, pause, making sure, double check, make sure you got it right, 250. So number equals 250. And that's the end of part 1. Part 2. 3% of a sum of money is 45. So we're looking at this question again. 3% is 45 euros. So we have here that 3% is definitely equal to 45 euros. And now you need to read the question. Don't go into automatic pilot mode, because you need to actually tell me what's the second number we're going to write down. You need to tell me what the second number is going to write down. Is it 100? Is it something else? It's very important you read the question. So what is the number I write here at the end? Come on, pause the video and actually tell me what the number is. Read the question. And the number, if you read the question, is find 7% of this number, which means find 7%. The question quite clearly states find 7% of this number. So they've told me to find 7%. They told me what 3% was, and now they want me to find 7%. Now they've told me to find what 7% is. What do I write in between these two numbers? Yes, you should know by now. Even if I don't have any talking, you should tell me. I am hoping you all wrote down 1%. Very good if you got that right. So now what we have for part 2 is how do I get from 3 to 1 and how do I get from 1 to 7? So first of all, is it division or is it multiplication? Is it division or multiplication? Is it division, multiplication? And it's division. And it's division by 3. How do I build from 1 to 7? Well, it's multiplication, multiplication by 7. Whatever I do to one side, I do to the other. I was told to divide by 3. So there you are. I am dividing by 3. And then I'm multiplying by 7. And then I'm getting the answer. Now, 45 divided by 3 is 15. And 15 times 7, I hope, doing it in my head, is 105. And hopefully you are confirming that. And we are both right. So basically, what is the number? What is 7% of my number? Well, 7% of my number is 105. Okay, let's keep pushing this boat out before we start setting the questions. Please note before I scroll up too far that the questions are exercise 9.6, page 99, and those are the questions given. You need to have that completed by next lesson. The price of a holiday is increased by 6% to 1537 euros. What was the original cost? Well, for part 1, percentage terms, the original cost is always 100%. So we are looking for what was the original cost. We're looking for 100%. What value in percentage terms is the 1537? What is the value of the 1537? Think. Pause the video and just think. And I hope you've thought, I'd like you to give yourselves a pat on the back if you've got this right. If the original price has been increased by 6%, then the new price must be 106%. Did you get it right? I hope you did. So that, because it was increased from the original, it means it's 106%. What do we put in between? 1%. Always put 1 in between. How do I get from 106 to 1? I divide. What do I divide by? 106. Because I'm trying to make something smaller, I divide. How do I get from a small number to a large number? I multiply. Multiply by 100. Whatever I do on the left-hand side, I have to do it also on the right-hand side. So I'm dividing by 106, and then I'm multiplying by 100. I don't think I'm going to do this in my head. So I'm going to reach for the calculator, press the fraction button, 1537, stick 106 on the bottom, move the arrow on, press a time sign, type 100 in, press equals, and I get the original price of the holiday before the increase was 1,450. And if I'm being a bit showy-offy, I don't think there's anything wrong with that, I'm going to put in here original price. Last example before you launch into the exercise. A bicycle was sold for 544 euros at a loss of 15%. So what percentage represents 544? Pause the video, think about it. Okay, you've had time to think about it, and I hope when you did a 15% loss on original, that means you're dropping down from 100 by 15%. So if you drop down from 100 by 15%, you're at 85%. I hope some of you got it right. What are they asking you for? Find the original cost. Well, we know mathematics, the original cost is always 100%. We know we go through 1. We have to divide to get to 1. So we're going to divide by 85. To get from 1 to 100, we're going to multiply. So we multiply by 100. And over here, we're going to have 544. Do the same on the right as you did on the left. Divide by 85 and then multiply by 100. So once again, I think I'm getting old. I think I need to actually use the calculator. Press the fraction button. 544 divided by 85 and then times by 100. And what do we get? We get 640. Don't forget to put the euro symbol in, otherwise you might lose marks. So what was the original cost of this bicycle? The original cost of this bicycle was 640. A bargain in the local bike shops. Better not say the name in case it constitutes advertising. Okay, bye for now.